This is the reply to the query about the stages of production. First thing that one need to remember is that the stages of production is a short-run concept, and that one of the factor of production thus is held constant. Here, we'll assume that capital is the constant input, and labor is allowed to vary. And then we are like asking the question that what is the optimal profit maximizing employment of labor, the variable factor of production, for the given amount of capital that has been employed. The stages of production is defined in terms of the average product and the marginal product. These are three stages. The first stage is from the zero employment level of labor to the employment level of labor where the average product has become maximum. Second stage of production is from the employment level where the average product is maximum to the labor employment where marginal product has become equal to zero. And the third stage of production is where the marginal product has become negative. So after zero, any additional units of labor that is employed gives a negative marginal product, and so beyond that, then this means is the third stage of production. It is very much clear that the firm will never be producing in the third stage of production. The reason is that if because additional unit of labor actually is bringing the output down, and if mistakenly the firm is in that stage of production, then the if employment of labor decreases, in fact output will start increasing. So decrease in employment of labor will bring the cost down, and increase in output level will increase the revenue. So revenue will be increasing and cost will be decreasing, indicating that if we are moving backward in the third stage of production, profits will be increasing. So of course, profits cannot be maximum in the third stage of production. The confusion that is there is that why is it that the first stage of production is up till the maximum of average product, and why is it not up till the maximum of marginal product? This confusion arises because when explaining these stages of production, often the references are made of the average product and marginal product curve. The thing is that they are not the appropriate tools to explain these three stages of production. Suppose that we multiply the average product of labor by the price of the output, and when we do that, though it is then the value of average product. So value of average product of labor, for example, here actually is equal to the price of output multiplied by the average product of labor. And similarly, value of marginal product of labor could be defined as the price of output multiplied by the marginal product of labor. You must have the understanding of value of marginal product, as well as of average product. It is important. Um, let's see that value of margin product is like telling you that what is the value of the production that the marginal unit of labor is producing. So if the marginal unit of labor is producing 5 units of chair, and if the price of one chair is equal to say 100, so this means that the revenue that the firm will be able to earn by employing the last unit of labor is equal to 500. So this is the concept that you need to keep in mind while we are understanding these stages of production. So let's start with this graph. I am plotting labor along the horizontal axis and average product of labor along the vertical axis. And see that average product of labor initially is increasing. It reaches a maximum and then it starts decreasing. Now, and remember that it will not be negative, it will be zero at the minimum. Because average product by definition is equal to total product of labor divided by labor. So even if you take L to infinity, this will become equal to 0, yeah, like average product will become equal to 0. So keep this thing in mind that average product cannot be negative. It is either 0 or positive. So starting from here, okay. Now try to get the meaning of this. Like suppose that this is the employment level equal to L1. What we are saying is that when these many units are employed of labor, um, the average product is like, for example, say 10. So the meaning is that L1 units of labor when are employed, then each labor is producing 10 units. Each labor, because this is average product. So if I want to find out the total production, the total production of labor divided with this is your average product of L1 equal to average product of labor, and if I multiply both sides by L1, so on the left hand side I will be getting total product of labor. It will be average product of labor multiplied by units of labor employed. At this point it is equal to L1. So average product of labor is 10. So, and if there were, like, for example, 3 labors, so L1 if was equal to 3, total product would have been equal to 30. Like saying that each labor is producing 10 units, so 3 labors are producing 30 units. So this is the understanding that you need to keep in mind. Now, if you let me erase it. Now, if you look into the concept of average value of average production, so it is price times um, average product of labor. This is the price of output. So suppose that price is really equal to 100, and that I multiply this vertical axis by 100. So when I do this, so this vertical axis, in place of reading average product of labor, it will start reading value of average product of labor, and then if this was 10, average product of labor was 10, the value of average product of labor will become equal to 100 multiplied by 10 equal to 1000. And so see that in place of 10 we have 1000, so it is like rescaling of the vertical axis while the shape remains the same. This means that when average product is 0, value of average product will be equal to 0. This will be happening here, this will be happening here. And that when average product is increasing, so value of average product will also be increasing. When average product is at its maximum, value of average product will also be at its maximum. Now, this is what that you need to keep in mind. And because average value of average product is in terms of because the value of average product is in terms of rupees, so I can use other monetary values as well to be plotted along the vertical axis. That is something that I can do. I just want to clean this. Alright, let me do it like this. It's not. Let me sacrifice the first curve. Let me draw it again. Okay, this is your same average product of labor curve. Alright, now suppose the value average product of labor curve. Now suppose that let me take the numerical examples. So suppose that you have 3 units of labor. So this is equal to 3, and then value of average product is equal to 1000. So on average, each labor is earning a revenue equal to 1000. 10 units were being produced, to 10 multiplied by 100 is equal to 1000. So each one unit of labor is earning 1000 rupees. So 3 units of labor will be earning 3000 rupees. So 1 unit of labor is earning 1000 rupees. 10 multiplied by, because average product is 10, to 10 multiplied by 100 equal to 1000. So when 3 units of labor are employed, value of average production is 1000. This means that value of total production will be equal to 1000 multiplied by 3. That will be equal to 3000. So now see, 1000 multiplied by 3, like saying that this vertical distance equal to 1000 multiplied by 3. This is the length, and this is the length and the width. And if I ask you to find out the area, this area of this rectangle, so the area of this rectangle actually is equal to 1000 multiplied by 3 equal to 3000. So this entire rectangular area is representing 3000. Now suppose that we employ another um, quantity of labor. Suppose that this is equal to 5, and because average product is increasing, suppose that it increases from 10, which was previously the average product of labor, and it increases to 15. And when this happens, then the value of production will become equal to 1500. 15 multiplied by 100, the price of output. So this will be the value of average product. 5 units of labor are employed, so 5 multiplied by 15 equal to 7500. And so see that when we employ this additional amount of labor, so the new um, the new value of production is equal to 7,500, which is this entire uh, larger triangle. And we know that when this triangle has increased in the area, so this is the increase in the value of production. So total value of production increases. So what can we conclude? That so long as the average product of labor is increasing, additional employment of labor increases the value of production. And see that this keeps on happening up till the level of labor employment, where the average product of labor has become maximum. And we have already concluded that at the employment level where average product has become maximum, value of average production will also be maximum. So suppose that we have 10 units of labor now, and that each unit of labor is producing 20, because average product of labor is increasing, so it should be more than 15. It was 10 here, it was 15 here. Suppose that it is 20 here. So then this means that value of total production will be equal to 20,000. So this is 20,000. Alright. So I hope that you are able to get the idea that the idea is that in the range of employment where average product of labor is increasing, in that same range value of average product is also increasing. And because average product keeps on increasing up till the level of employment where it has become maximum, so this means that value of average production also keeps on increasing. Now let's draw the other graph so that we can uh, understand that what will be happening uh, up till this point. Okay, same average value of average product of labor, and here we have labor, here we have value of average product of labor. So suppose that wage rate is equal to 500. Because along the vertical axis we are plotting the monetary units. So let's say that this is the line which is saying that wage rate is 500 throughout. It should be, it is same vertical distance, wage rate equal to 500, 500 here, wage rate is equal to 500, W is equal to 500. Alright, wage rate is equal to 500. Now let's suppose that the firm is employing say 3 units of labor. When the firm is employing 3 units of labor, average product is 1000. I am using the same value of average product is 1000. I am using the same example. So value of average production is 1000. And now if you look into the total production, so total value of total production, so this entire area is representing the value of total production when 3 units of labor are employed. 1000 multiplied by 3, length multiplied by width, the entire area. But side by side, when we are like employing 3 units of labor, so we are also using we are paying each unit of labor a wage rate equal to 500. So that total labor cost will be equal to 500 multiplied by 3. So 500 multiplied by 3 is the labor cost. 500 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 1500. So this is your labor cost. And if I ask you to identify graphically that labor cost, so you'll be saying that this is equal to this 500 multiplied by 3, length multiplied by width. So this area, the smaller rectangle, is representing the labor cost. And so see that when you subtract from the total value of production, which is 3000, when you subtract from the total value of production the labor cost, so this is something that is like resembling profits. So this is the surplus that you are able to get if you are employing 3 units of labor. And now see that if the employment level increases from 3 to 5, so what happens then? That the average value of average product of labor becomes equal to 1500, and then we can identify the area that is representing the addition in total value of production. So this is the addition in total value of production. And if I ask you what is the addition in cost, so the addition in cost is this area. So I hope that now you are able to get the reason that why what actually is happening in this range where the average product is rising. So value of average production is rising, and so when we increase the employment level in this range, we observe that the addition in total production is greater than the addition in value of production rather is greater than the addition in cost. And so in this range, when output is when labor is increasing, labor employment is increasing, there will be a net increase in the value of production, and so the profits of the firm will also be increasing. So this is something that will be representing in addition to the profit. This is something that keeps on happening when the average product of labor is rising, so that the value of average product of labor is rising. When we have reached the peak of the value of average product of labor curve, so this means that the total value of production has also maximized. And in this range, so again we are able to note that the addition in cost is less than the addition in value of production, and so we are able to get additional profit. So we can say that there is no reason for the firm to stop the employment before this level has reached where average value of average product is at its maximum. At the same employment level, average product of labor is also at its maximum. So one thing is clear from here, and it is that the employment level cannot be less than L star, where L star is the one at which average product of labor is at its maximum. If you are here or you are here, this means that by extending the employment level, you can add more revenue than the cost, and so the profits must be increasing. So you will definitely not be stopping before the employment level is reached where the value of average product and thus the average product of labor has reached maximum. This is one thing that now you should be able to understand. I am now going to use another graph to explain the final points, and in that other graph I actually will be drawing the marginal product of labor curve as well, so that you can distinguish so that you can see that what actually is happening. Why is it that we will not be stopping before average product is has reached to maximum? I actually need more colors, but um, they are not coming for some reason. Okay, um, let's uh, let's let's. All right, we have them now. So let's again draw the same graph, but this time I will be imposing that it is difficult to draw. See, it is a little bit difficult to draw the because I'm not um, able to control the pen. So this is your value of average product curve, value of average product curve. So we have the first variable, value of average product of labor. Now let me draw the value of marginal product. So see that it will be starting from the same point. It will be going like this, and then it will start falling, and ultimately after reaching zero it will become negative. So what do you observe? First thing that you know that average product of labor curve and marginal product of labor curve intersect each other at the level of employment, where average product is at its maximum. So this intersection point is the point where average product is at its maximum. Now it should be clear to you from this graph that why we do not use the maximum value, maximum marginal product. See that maximum of marginal product has to arrive earlier than the L star, because marginal product of labor curve is initially above the average product curve, and then to cross the average product curve at its maximum, the marginal product must be falling, and in order to be falling it must have reached its peak earlier than L star. So if you are here, for example, I say L double star, if you are here, so what is happening that in this range L double star and L star, see that average product is still it is still increasing, and so the value of average product is still increasing, and because value of average product is still increasing, so this means that it is still a possibility to increase profit by employing more of labor. It is for this reason that we do not take marginal product of labor as a reference point. We rather take the average product of labor as the reference point, because the peak of marginal product arrives earlier than the peak of the average product of labor. It is for this reason that we do not use this concept. Now, one thing that is clear is that we will not be stopping before L star, and then we will not be going beyond, say, L dash, where L dash is the level of employment at which marginal product has become zero. So after that, marginal product is negative. And I have already told you that the negative margin product means that if you decrease the employment of labor, total product will be increasing, so value of total production will be increasing. And because the employment level is decreasing, cost of employment should be decreasing as well. So this backward movement actually will be calling for an increase in revenue and a decrease in cost, which combinedly will be causing the increase in profit. So we say that you will never stop. A profit maximizing firm will never have an employment level less than L star, and it will never have an employment level greater than L dash. So employment level should be between L star and L dash. So where that employment level will be, it will be at the point where this wage rate curve, which is a line parallel to x-axis, because wage rate is constant, this point where, let me take another color, this point where value of marginal product curve and the wage rate line are intersecting each other. So why this is going to be the case? Because beyond L star, see what is happening for additional unit of labor. If I employ additional unit of labor, this is the wage I will be paying, and as far as this particular labor unit is concerned, value marginal product of this labor is equal to this vertical distance, which is greater than this vertical distance. So what we are seeing is that this unit of labor beyond L star, this one, is actually uh, giving more revenue than the cost that the firm will be incurring by employing this unit of labor, and so additional profits will be this vertical distance that will be added. And same is true for any marginal unit for which a value of marginal product curve is lying above the wage rate line. All these units are indicating that the marginal unit of labor is adding more to the revenue value of production than the cost that the firm will be incurring up till we arrive at say uh, at say L double dash. Beyond L double dash, though the marginal product is positive, but see that the value marginal product curve in this range is lying below the wage rate line. So this means that in this range, though the marginal product is positive and so the value of marginal product is positive, still these units of labor or such any such unit of labor will not be employed, because this is something that will bring less revenue for the firm relative to the cost of employment of the marginal unit. And this is something that then says that we will not be stopping before L star in this particular graph, and we will not be going beyond L double dash. So L double dash in fact is the, the profit maximizing uh, employment of labor in this way. Now, one thing else you need to keep in mind, the final point, that um, that in order to produce any positive amount of output and in order to employ any positive amount of labor, we know that that firm should be employing labor in this range. But now we need to put another condition. And it is that the wage rate should be less than the value of maximum value of average product, because if wage rate is greater than this, this means that at every employment level, whether you are in first stage of production or second stage of production or third stage of production, at every employment level, the cost of production, the cost of employment will be more than the value of total production. And so this is the value of total production. If this is the wage line, so this means that there will be a loss associated with any level of employment. For this reason, this is an additional point that you have to keep in mind, that the wage must be less than or equal to the maximum of value of average product of labor. So see that these points you cannot make clear if you are using the average product curve or the marginal product curve to explain the stages of production. Of course, the stages of production are the same that we have said, that where the employment level is between 0 and average product of labor. This is the first, sorry, the average product is between 0 and maximum. This is the first stage of production. Then the second stage of production is from the employment level where the average product is maximum to the employment level where marginal product is 0, and then finally third stage of production is where marginal product is negative. You cannot explain the reasons for these stages of production on the basis of average product curve. And the better way of getting an idea is using the value of average product of labor. I have answered your question, and so let me finish this video.